Some people think a Cancer is easy because they're kind, because they show up, because they remember your favorite snack, the exact way you like your coffee, the song you played the night you opened up for the first time. But kindness in Cancer is not weakness. It's a sacred language. It's devotion with a heartbeat. And when you speak carelessly to a Cancer, you're not just saying words. You're stepping into a temple and dragging mud across the floor. Cancer energy is ruled by the moon, by tides, by cycles, by the quiet pull that moves oceans without ever raising its voice. A Cancer feels what's underneath what you say. They hear the tremor behind your joke, the hidden dismissal inside your advice, the cold edge tucked inside a casual comment. And if you've ever watched a Cancer go silent or pull back behind that shell, you've seen what happens when a heart that gives too much decides to protect itself. If you want more messages like this, deep, honest, and spiritually grounded, subscribe to Signs and Secrets and stay close. Because this isn't just about what not to say. This is about learning how to speak to the soft places in people without turning them into wounds. Cancer isn't fragile, but they are sensitive in the way a tuning fork is sensitive. They pick up frequencies you didn't even know you were sending. They read emotional weather like a second sky. And when they love you with the kind of loyalty that doesn't ask for applause. It builds a home inside their chest and quietly makes room for you. That's why the wrong sentence can land like a betrayal, even when you didn't mean it that way. The mouth moves quickly, but a Cancer's memory moves forever. So let's walk through the 7 things you should never say to a Cancer, not because they'll punish you, but because these phrases strike the exact places where Cancer has already learned to hide their tenderness. And if you recognize yourself in any of these mistakes, don't shame yourself. Awareness is the first apology, growth is the second, and love, when it's real, learns a better language. The first thing to never say to a Cancer is, "You're too sensitive." It sounds small. It sounds like a throwaway line. But to a Cancer, it feels like being told their nervous system is an inconvenience, like their empathy is a flaw, like their ability to feel the room, feel you, should be turned down, muted, edited, made easier for everyone else to handle. And here's the truth. Cancers are not too sensitive. They are accurately sensitive. They're just living in a world that praises numbness and calls it strength. When you tell a Cancer they're too sensitive, you teach them to doubt the very gift that makes them who they are. You make them question their intuition. You make them swallow their feelings until those feelings turn into heaviness, resentment, or a quiet, private sadness they don't know how to name. And the tragedy is, a Cancer will often believe you. They'll start trying to love with less emotion, which is like asking the ocean to be less wet. What a Cancer needs instead is reassurance that their feelings are real and you're willing to meet them without mocking the depth. You don't have to agree with everything they feel. You just have to respect it. Say, "I can see this matters to you." Say, "Help me understand." That's how you speak to a moon-ruled heart. The second thing to never say is, "Get over it. It was a long time ago." A Cancer's heart is not a trash can where pain disappears when you decide it should. Their emotions don't expire on your timeline. They process slowly because they process honestly. They feel the ripple of a moment and then they follow it back to where it began. Not because they love suffering, but because they are trying to make meaning, trying to heal in a way that doesn't break them again later. And yes, a Cancer remembers. They remember because memory is their spiritual element. It's how they protect what's sacred. It's how they keep promises alive. It's how they stay loyal. But the same memory that keeps love warm can also keep wounds awake. If something happened years ago and it still hurts them, it means it touched something deep, something tied to trust, safety, belonging. When you tell a Cancer to get over it, you're telling them their healing is inconvenient to you. You're turning their inner work into a burden. You're asking them to perform being okay so you don't have to feel uncomfortable. That's not love. That's emotional laziness wearing the mask of confidence. What a Cancer needs is patience and accountability. Say, "I know that hurt you, and I'm sorry." Say, "I don't want you carrying that alone." The past isn't a prison for Cancer, it's a lesson. And if you care about them, You'll stop trying to erase the chapter and start helping them close it gently. The third thing to never say to a Cancer is, "You're being dramatic." This one is dangerous because it makes a Cancer feel crazy for simply being human. Cancer emotions are big because their love is big. Their fear is big because they've learned what it costs to trust the wrong person. The reactions are often the surface wave of something deeper, an old abandonment wound, a childhood moment where they felt unseen, a memory of giving too much and being taken for granted. Calling them dramatic is like telling them their inner world is a joke. It's like laughing at someone's bleeding and asking why they're making a mess. And a Cancer will rarely fight you on it. They'll just retreat. They'll stop explaining. They'll start editing themselves. They'll become quiet in the ways that should scare you. Because when a Cancer stops sharing feelings, it's not peace, it's protection. If you're overwhelmed by their emotion, be honest without shaming them. Say, "I'm listening, but I need a moment to take this in." Say, "This is a lot, and I want to respond with care." A Cancer doesn't need you to fix everything instantly. They need you to stay present without making them feel like a burden. The fourth thing to never say is, "Why can't you be more like everyone else?" Maybe you say it directly. Maybe you say it with comparisons. "My ex didn't need this. Other people don't take it so personally. No one else asks for reassurance like you do." But whatever version you choose, the message lands the same. You are too much, and I don't want to learn you. Cancers don't want to be everyone else. They want to be safe. They want to be chosen in a world that made them feel like they had to earn love by caretaking, by anticipating needs, by holding the emotional weight of the room. A Cancer often grew up learning how to sense moods before words were spoken. They learned to make themselves useful, lovable, necessary, because being necessary felt like the closest thing to being secure. So when you compare them to normal, you hit the exact fear they work hard to outgrow, the fear that who they are is not enough, that their needs are a problem, that their softness is a liability. And the ironic part is, the very traits you're comparing away, loyalty, devotion, emotional intelligence, are the traits that keep love alive when everything gets hard. If you want a Cancer to relax, don't demand they become someone else. Say, "I choose you as you are." Say, "Your heart is different, and I respect that." A Cancer blooms when they feel accepted, not evaluated. And halfway through this message, if you felt something click inside your chest, take a second to like this video. It helps this kind of healing content reach the people who need it, and it tells the universe you're ready to learn a new way of loving. The fifth thing to never say to a Cancer is, "I don't need anyone." On the surface, it sounds independent, strong, unbothered. But to a Cancer, it sounds like an emotional door slamming. Because Cancer doesn't just want romance, they want connection. They want the truth of interdependence. Two people choosing each other, leaning in, building something that feels like home. When you say you don't need anyone, a Cancer hears, "There's no place for you here." They hear, "Your care doesn't matter." They hear, "I'll take what you give, but I won't let you matter." And that is one of the most painful dynamics for a Cancer. Giving love to someone who refuses to receive it, yet still enjoys being warmed by it. A Cancer's love language is presence. It's the quiet acts of devotion that say, "I'm here." They don't want you to be dependent. They just want to feel wanted. They want to feel that their heart has a home with you, not just a temporary parking space. If independence matters to you, you can still speak it without shutting them out. Say, "I'm learning to be strong, but I still want you." Say, "I can stand on my own, and I also choose to stand with you." That's the balance a Cancer can trust. The sixth thing to never say is, "You're manipulating me." This one cuts deep because it turns Cancer's emotional intelligence into a weapon. It assumes bad intention where there may only be fear. It labels their tears as strategy. It calls their vulnerability a trap. And for some people, yes, emotions can become tools. But most Cancers aren't plotting. They're coping. They're trying to protect a heart that has been hurt before. Cancer can be indirect when they're afraid. They might test the water before diving. They might withdraw to see if you follow. They might become quiet to see if you notice. Not because they want power over you, but because they're terrified of being abandoned without even being seen. If you feel pressured, Set a boundary. Boundaries are healthy, but don't accuse them of manipulation when what you really mean is, I don't understand what you need. A better sentence is, I want to support you, but I need us to communicate clearly. A Cancer can handle honest boundaries. What they can't handle is being demonized for having emotions. And if you're watching this and you're a Cancer, or you love one, leave a comment with your date of birth and your zodiac sign. Not as a label, but as a way of saying, I'm here, I'm learning, I'm part of this. Sometimes the smallest act of sharing creates a bridge where silence used to live. Join as a member to support the channel and unlock exclusive content. The 7th thing to never say to a Cancer is, if you loved me, you wouldn't need reassurance. This is the sentence that poisons intimacy, because reassurance isn't proof of weakness. It's proof that someone cares enough to keep the bond clean. A Cancer doesn't ask for reassurance because they want to control you. They ask because they love deeply, and deep love, especially after heartbreak, comes with sensitivity to distance. Cancer's fear is not being alone. It's being abandoned while they are still loving. It's being left without closure, left with questions that echo at night, left blaming themselves for not being easy enough. So when you make reassurance a crime, you teach them to suffer in silence. You teach them to become colder, harder, more detached, until one day you look at them and wonder where the warmth went. If you love a Cancer, don't weaponize their need for safety. Offer reassurance the way you'd offer water to someone who's been walking under a harsh sun. It doesn't make them weak, it makes them human. Say, I'm still here. Say, you matter to me. Say, we're okay. Those words are not small to a Cancer. They're sacred. Now you might be thinking, so what can I say? How do I love a Cancer without stepping on these landmines? Start by remembering that a Cancer is a guardian of emotional truth. They can tell when you're performing. They can tell when your apology is just a strategy to end the conversation. They can tell when your affection is real and when it's just a hunger for comfort. Speak with intention. Speak slowly. Speak like you understand that words have afterlives inside a Cancer's heart. Because they do. If you've heard a Cancer with any of these phrases, the healing path isn't complicated, but it is honest. You apologize without excuses. You listen without correcting. You validate without surrendering your own truth. You become steady. You show up more than you explain. And you stop demanding that their heart be simpler just because you don't want to grow. Cancer teaches the world a forgotten kind of strength, the strength to feel, to nurture, to protect, to stay soft without becoming naive. Their shell is not a wall. It's a boundary around something precious. And when you're allowed inside, it means they trust you with their inner ocean. Don't talk to an ocean like it's a puddle. Don't talk to a moon-ruled soul like their tides are inconveniences. Don't call a sacred heart dramatic because you haven't learned emotional fluency yet. Learn the language. Because when you do, Cancer love becomes one of the safest places you'll ever rest. And if this message helped you, take a moment to subscribe to Signs and Secrets so you don't miss the next one. We're building a space where the zodiac isn't just entertainment. It's a mirror, a map, and a path back to yourself. Before you go, like the video if it spoke to you and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who's trying to learn how to love without harming. And if you're ready to keep going deeper, stay on this channel with us because healing doesn't happen in one sentence. It happens in the choices you make after the sentence. If you want to hear everything the universe has to say to you, watch these other videos on our channel.